Encanto, one of the best films to come out of Disney in recent memory. Yes, Frozen 2, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Ralph Breaks the Internet are bad. Speaking of which, I think that Ralph 2 is proof that Disney doesn't really have the best track record for sequels. I mean, I looked it up, and Reddit thinks that Lion King 2 is the best one, which definitely isn't correct. So with Wreck-It Ralph, we have a pretty respectable movie with likable characters and a good plot. So, it does good, as it should. But I don't think it warranted a sequel.
Because even if Wreck-It Ralph did so good that it had to have one, I still think it shouldn't have. Because the problem with movies that have simple plots is that there's no way to expand the world building without going back on core rules. Perfect example, why in Wreck-It Ralph the sequel,
why did they just brush off the fact that the main characters do exactly what the villain did in the original movie?
We're going to the internet.
It's because it would be the only way for the sequel to work. You can't have a sequel to Wreck-It Ralph leaving the arcade without some continuity errors, so instead of making a sequel, you either don't, you do what Luca did and do a short, or you do what Tangled did and do a kids show, because with both of those options you're protecting the world building while also making Wreck-It Ralph content for diehard fans and dumb kids. And obviously there's a way to do a show, or a short wrong, but Disney has proved time and time again that they're way better at writing kid shows than sequels. So Philip, how would a sequel look for Encanto? These people of Encanto have been secluded in the mountains for decades, and then they find a way out. And for the first time, they will have to experience modern technology! Or maybe, in a time far from now, a man from the outer earth comes into the Encanto, and people realize there is more to the rest of the earth than mass murder! And then Abuela won't let them go because she doesn't want the people to get hurt as she did, so Mirabel leaves to prove Abuela wrong. I honestly think that that kind of movie will fail. Because the whole point of the last movie was that Abuela was being so damn controlling. So Mirabel had to show her how wrong she was to do that. By then going back on that rule is to basically have someone go turbo in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
We're going to the internet.
So unless people from the outside world come in and capture everyone and I don't know, put them in bars or something, I don't know how to write a kid's film, Abuela would be the only one to work as a villain. But then that would be going back on the first movie, which would destroy both films and taint them forever, like what they did with Wreck-It Ralph. So what if we just didn't write a sequel? And then just go the Moana route, where we never write a sequel, we instead leave the good movie how it is, and rewatch it whenever, and enjoy a good movie. We don't need to destroy their reputation, we only need to make more good original content, like how Pixar used to do. Seriously, don't make an Encanto sequel, it's gonna be bad. Hey, this is different from my usual content. I totally expect this to fail, so if you watched until now, please hit the subscribe button and bell so I can pay rent this month. Huge thanks to Disney, Ron Musker, and John Clemens for sponsoring my brain to do something new. And if this does good, maybe I'll do it again. But until you hear my voice again, I'm gonna end this video right now.